Next year, we will be a new and better version of me, CZ Fit 2.0. Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel, and where do I begin with this prep update and vlog? So I guess it is 28th of June, so we are 4.5 weeks out now. Yeah, this past week has been really tough. I've just cleaned myself up from cardio, which has been increased to 15 minutes. I had a massive food drop on Friday, so today I will just take you guys through a rest day, full day of eating, and also just go through some tips, dieting tips, how to kind of, I guess, get through the sucky suck of a diet, especially when you are hungry, like how to minimize hunger levels. I guess I just kind of wanted to come in here and just say, like, it's crazy how much has changed in 1 week. Like, I was feeling pretty okay, and then last week, I think just mentally I am exhausted from dieting. It does kind of get to you mentally. I think it becomes very monotonous, mundane, you know, waking up doing the same thing every day, getting on the Stairmaster. My hunger levels have spiked quite a bit, so my stomach is very sore in the mornings on the Stairmaster, and like, this is not me complaining, because, you know, I know that this is my own choice. Like, prep and pressure is a privilege. Like, the fact that I have the luxury, I guess, to even do a prep. I know it sounds bizarre in terms of saying it's a luxury, but it really is. Like, not many people have the money to spend on a prep because it is expensive. People don't even like, a lot of people don't have the willpower to get through a few weeks of dieting. So, you know, when you look at things like that, it's like, I am very lucky to, you know, be able to do all of this and to go work out and to just be able to do a prep. Yeah, I just kind of, like, you know, I always want to be honest with you guys, and as much as I am really grateful for all of this, I want to be transparent, and I want to let you guys know exactly, you know, how I'm feeling and the realities of prep. So yeah, like, I came back from the Stairmaster, just showered up, cleaned up, because I honestly 10 minutes ago looked like a freaking disaster. I have broken down quite a few times this last week for no particular reason. I think it's just mental fatigue. Like, it gets to a point where I wake up and I don't really look forward to getting out of bed. I get myself on the Stairmaster, I'm hungry, it's left, right, you know, left step, right step, left step, right step, 40 minutes, and now 15 minutes going through random videos on YouTube, just trying to find some sort of stimulus to get me through it. And, you know, that's ticked off, get my steps done, come back, work. Again, I'm not complaining, but I'm just being real here. And then, you know, with all the side things that's going on with my life as well, and then training has become just something I try to tick off. Like, I no longer enjoy working out. Like, as crazy as it sounds, I genuinely do not enjoy getting back to the gym after work and hitting legs. Like, I dread the leg press. Every exercise in my logbook, I'm like, thank God that one's done. Next one, 4 more exercises to go, and then I just have my cardio and I get to go home. Like, it has become something that I'm just like, I just have to tick it off, because as much as I'm not motivated to do it, I need to be disciplined and get it done. You know, nothing great or worth achieving comes easily, and that's why a lot of people don't achieve their goals, because it is hard. It's not easy. Like, achieving something worthy of achieving, does that make sense? Yeah, you know what I mean, is not easy, but that's what makes it so rewarding. Like, you have to be obsessed with reaching your goals, and you have to be obsessed with that idea that, you know, you will do whatever it takes. And maybe sometimes it's easy, sometimes it won't be, but you just have to, like, tell yourself, you know, like, if you really want it, you will do whatever it takes. Yesterday, I came home and I was just exhausted. I bought a Monster after my workout just to get me to be able to walk back home, because I genuinely was like, I don't think I'm gonna make it back home, but I do need to get my steps in, so I have to walk home, plus there's no public transport to get me straight home. But yeah, and I was just cooking my post-workout, which is a very impoverished meal now. And yes, I was cooking my meal, and Heini was like, hey, you were right. And as soon as she asked that, the tears just came out, because you know when you're like, the whole day you can feel yourself on the edge of breaking down, but you've been able to kind of swallow back the tears, and you've been able to just like not let it out, and then someone asks you if you're okay, or if they just like, you know, mention something, and it just comes out. Yeah, that happened, and I pretty much just like bawled my eyes out. And I was like, I honestly feel like mentally I'm just digging myself into such a dark place. And it's not just prep, it's also just like being really homesick. Like, I haven't seen my family in a good 2 years just due to COVID, and like all I want to do is just like hug my parents, and like, oh, I'm gonna cry talking about it, but I don't know, I'm so homesick. And like, bless my clients, I finished half of my chickens yesterday, went for my workout, came back to finish them, and obviously I had broken down to Heini, and I was like, oh my god, I need a video of myself with some more replies. Like, this is going to be interesting because I look like a mess. Bless the clients who got a very puffy-eyed response yesterday. I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I guess this is just a nice reminder as well, I guess, that we all do have those days and we have those breakdowns, because I know that, you know, sometimes my clients will be like, oh, I've had just like a horrible week, or like I've had a few days where I just felt terrible for X reasons or for no reason in particular. And I think sometimes it can come off as a coach, you know, I feel like I have to be strong, and I always have to be there to be that person who's like, hey, you know, you've got this. And sometimes I feel like maybe that can come off as, you know, I'm so strong and I don't go through that myself, but I really do. Like, you don't see it, but I do struggle. And you know, I'm not doing this because I want anyone to message me and give me like heaps of love and pity me or anything like that. I just want to be 100% transparent, because I think it does help when you see other people talk about their struggles and you realize you're not alone. Anyways, it is 11:13 now, and I have not eaten yet because it is a rest day, and I'm trying to push back my meals. I've pretty much done most of my steps. I've done 11,600 now. So yeah, I'm gonna have my first meal. I'll show you guys what it is, and then we'll go through some tips throughout the day in terms of dieting. First tip is minimize your eating windows. So try to push back your first meal if you can. You know, start the day with caffeine. This is probably not like the healthiest tips ever, but if you are on prep, or you are, you know, in the deeper ends of your dieting phase, these are things that have helped me. Typically, like in the mornings, if you have a, you know, coffee, and then you just go about your day and just get started with your day, most people don't get as hungry compared to like later in the evening, where you do get a bit more peckish. You're more likely to want to have something more substantial, to feel fuller, to feel more satisfied. So it does really help just to push back that first meal. So back with meal one. So meal one is pretty much just 128 grams of prawns, and then 120 grams of veggies. So I just bought like the salad mix to kind of spice things up a little bit. Plus I just wanted some more volume, and then added some zucchinis as well, and I've just fried the zucchinis with onion granules. And then this leads me on to tip number 2, which is pretty much what has always gotten me through last prep and this prep, is sparkling water. With each meal I will just have like a bit of sparkling water that's usually like flavored. So this one literally has like 1 calorie per 100 milliliters, so pretty much 0 calorie. And I will have that with some ice as well, just so that like this bottle lasts me for at least the day. Basically, with carbonated drinks, the bubbles do help you feel a lot fuller, because essentially you're just filling yourself up with carbon dioxide. yeah, the more carbon dioxide I can pump into my stomach, the better, right? Especially like after a meal when I'm not fully satisfied, having a bit of flavored water definitely kind of feels like a dessert, as sad as that sounds. That's tip number 2, have some carbonated water with you, whether that's like sparkling flavored or just like, I don't know, a Coke Zero or something after your meal or with your meal. That definitely does really help you. But yeah, I'm gonna go finish my first meal, and I've got some client chickens to finish off with, and then obviously my normal job, my 9 to 5, but it is almost lunch. Yes, 11:41 now. So yeah, I'm gonna just get through some client chickens during my lunch break, and then I have a few calls this afternoon. But yeah, I will catch you guys when I have my next meal and with my next tip. So, back with tip number 3 of how to essentially survive a poverty diet, how to spread out the most minimal food throughout your day and still not feel too close to your deathbed. How to make death feel a little less painful. Anyways, so tip number 3 that has really helped me through prep, Monster. Pretty much substituting eating with drinking has helped me a lot through prep. But honestly, I have said this before in like my other vlogs, but I'm not really like a drinks kind of person other than water. But when it comes to prep, I'm kind of like, you know what, prep is not healthy. A energy drink here and there and some Coke and whatnot is not going to do much more damage than what I'm already doing to my body. When I am on my rest days, I have this as sort of like a meal, just because mentally I get a bit hungry. Mentally hungry? Yeah, mental hunger is a thing. Mentally and physically I get a bit hungry between my meals, but I do want to continue trying to push out my meals. So having a Monster kind of like mentally makes me feel like I am putting something in my body, but also caffeine does help suppress appetite, so again that also helps me feel not as hungry. So I will have like a black coffee in the morning before my fasted cardio or a Monster. If I have a Monster then before my cardio, then I won't have one later on, so I try to push out the Monster later, have my black coffee before my fasted cardio just to kind of, you know, get me started for the day, also to wake me up and try to suppress my appetite, even though I still am starving in the mornings now on my Stairmaster. And I also have my fat burners from HIIT Muscle, which are also pretty much caffeine. So pretty much my diet is just caffeine with some salad vegetables and then some lean meats, yeah, some proteins, and then like a drizzle, just a little like little sprinkle of carbs from my oats, which will I have on my rest day. Yeah, so you know, this is the pretty parts of prep now. We are digging deep, and this is what digging deep kind of requires. So you know what, like it's just about sucking it up, just get it done, like whatever it takes, get it done. So yeah, this is tip number 3. Yeah, I'm just finishing off some client chickens now and also just updating a lot of people's programs on my app. A lot of my clients are actually now moved on to the app platform, which is great, and it's so nice seeing them send me like photos of the meals they are making, because they're like, oh my god, it's so simple but so delicious. And that is kind of like, you know, like what I really believe in. Like I don't think fitness should be so complicated. Like it shouldn't be difficult or really time consuming or a headache to make food that you enjoy. A part of it is also how you approach it. Like you could easily, like I think 2 people could easily look at the same meal plan or like same recipes and be like, and have completely different outcomes from it. Like one person could look at it and be like, oh egg whites on toast, but then someone else could be like, oh my god, like, you know, exciting, how can I make this? Like I could make it into a sandwich, I could make it into like French toast. Like there's so many different ways to make a meal, and obviously on my app platform I have the recipes all for you, so you don't have to do the thinking. I think it really just comes down to what you believe. And this brings me on to actually a quote that I saw the other day, which I saved because as I said, I have been struggling a lot this past week, and I am someone who really loves my quotes. I love just like anything motivational to read or like to listen to, such as podcasts. Everything hangs on one's thinking. A man is unhappy as he has convinced himself he is. And that is so true. Like everything hangs on to how you think about things. Like if you tell yourself you are unhappy, or if you tell yourself that, oh, I'm so sick of my workouts, I'm so bored of my meals, I hate eating this, I hate eating that, this is boring, that is bland. That is how you are going to see everything. Like, that is essentially you just pretty much setting yourself up for failure. As harsh as that sounds, you are setting yourself up to just hate everything. But if you can go into things with a really fresh mindset and an attitude where it's like, I'm excited for this, this is going to be awesome, then you are going to be able to manipulate yourself to think that, you know, you are really happy with everything. And part of that is, I think, life, like, you know, how we look at things. So I think mindset is so important, and that is something that I do emphasize a lot on my check-ins. Like, I ramble so long on my check-in responses to my clients because a lot of it is really just getting them to nail their mindset, because I think once you can nail that mindset, you can achieve literally anything. Because as soon as you believe in yourself and you believe you can do something, you can do it. Like, action comes from the mind first, like you telling yourself to do something, believing yourself, and that's where you can get the actions to follow. But right now, actually, my screensaver, which has really helped me this morning after my little cry and meltdown, is something actually about monotony and what's it called, like mundaneness. Is that a word, mundaneness? Having life become a bit mundane, or having the things that you are having to do to reach your goals become mundane. I think it's from Andy Frisella. I'm really bad at pronouncing names. Frisella, but basically he does a lot of really good podcasts on mindset and just pretty much like it's just hardening the F up. It says the real winners in life know they have to I can't even speak now. This is when you know you're deep into prayer, like you just, words are hard to get out. I'm gonna crack this open and this might help me. Also, I got the bigger one this time and it has like a weird black thingy. I don't know how to open this. I'm such a newbie to this. Also, I'm seeing Matt, who has done all my photos for my app launch and everything, and basically I'm seeing him on Thursday for a beach shoot. I actually don't have any new bikinis. I bought some bikinis, but they don't fit because I'm on prep and they're way too big on me, so I'll probably just have to wear the same ones I wore for my last shoot, last prep. Anyways, I am on a tangent. I'm seeing him on Thursday, that's what I was saying, and he has asked me what monsters I have tried, because I think he's going to bring some new flavors to open up the horizon of monsters for me, because apparently I really haven't tried the good ones if I'm rating the green and the mango one, I think that's blue, as my top ones, because I've only tried 3. But how do you, oh wow, that has made my day. I'm not going to cry again, this time maybe out of happiness. Okay, anyways, what was I saying? I was trying to read my screensaver. The real winners in life know they have to I can't speak. The real winners in life know they have to master the monotonous tasks with the same intensity as day one. It doesn't matter if they are 9 months in or if it has been 19 years since they started. They know if they start letting the little details slip, they will start losing. One transaction at a time, one customer at a time. Always remember, you have to master the mundane to win long term. Because if you don't do that, somebody else will, and they will beat you. And that is like, that just like hit the nail on the head for me this morning. I was like, you know what, that is true. Yes, the Stairmaster is monotonous every morning. Yes, it's draining, mentally draining, it's boring. Yes, doing the exact same things that I have been doing on this diet has been mentally fatiguing. Like, dieting is mentally fatiguing, especially for this long. Yes, I, you know, have the same sleep routine. I eat the same exact foods now that I am on prep. Yes, everything is pretty much robotic, but if I start letting the small things slip, if I, you know, go into my cardio sessions and I start slouching on the Stairmaster because, oh, it's become monotonous, I don't enjoy it, I'm tired. If I start not measuring every single thing that I'm eating to the gram because, oh, it's monotonous, you know, like I am mentally fatigued from dieting, well then, you know, once these small things slip, you're not going to be a winner anymore, because there are other people out there who are still tackling those everyday tasks the same way they tackled it when they had the motivation at the start of their prep, or, you know, at the start of whatever journey they're on. So that really like just was like, okay, Chingang, like let's level the F up. This is when, you know, life is testing you. This is when you are really just crafting that mindset, because, you know, like you've done a prep before and you didn't have to face this long of cardio. Like last prep max was 35 minutes and that was only for 5 days and then it was done. So yeah, like this prep is testing you on another level, but isn't that why you signed up? Like that is the reason why I'm doing this, because, you know, I enjoy what prep kind of, you know, brings. Like prep will demand a lot out of you and it really will challenge you physically, like mentally. As physically challenging as it is, it's more of a mindset and like a mind kind of game. And I think that's when, you know, if you can overcome this, then, you know, next time you face something, it's just simple. Like next time, if say with my business, for example, maybe things become monotonous and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so drained. Well, it's like you still have to tackle those business tasks as you would when you first started, because that is how you know, grew your business. And if you want to continue succeeding, you have to do those things you did from day one with the same intensity, same passion, same motivation, same eye for detail. So yeah, that was a bit of a ramble, but I hope that inspired you and motivated you, because again, that is like pretty much what I'm all about. Like I'm so about just like leveling up in all different aspects. And I think if you ask to level yourself up, if you ask life to really kind of like level you up, well then don't be surprised when you face challenges and when you become just uncomfortable, because that is exactly when you are leveling up. Anyways, having my second meal, I'm gonna finish my chickens, finish all the programming and everything. Anyways, I will catch you guys at my actual next meal, because this is not a meal. Like if you guys are watching this, I don't want to influence you badly for you to think that a monster is a meal, but please understand I am on prep. So just a quick reminder again, I am on prep. I am doing things very extreme because I am trying to reach an extreme physique that is not realistic, not maintainable, not sustainable, not fun or enjoyable to get to in terms of how I feel. Like I literally feel like shit right now. So yeah, just want to make that clear that this is not something to copy or aspire to even copy or find like any like inspiration from. Obviously these tips are going to be helpful if you are dieting, but you know, when I do say things as like, oh, this is my first meal, or I'm only eating this, or you know, I'm measuring my lettuce to the gram, please don't take that as inspiration, as that is how you should normally live your life, because no, that is not, and it's just prep. And if you know me or follow me on Instagram or watch any of my other YouTube videos that are not prep related, you know that I really do preach like a balanced, holistic way of living, because I think that is so important. So yeah, please take my prep series as essentially what it is, prep for competitive bodybuilding. Hey girls, so going through your chickens now. Welcome back to, I guess, normal life. Your trip looked freaking amazing, but yeah, honestly, like just take your time as you kind of like get back into the groove of things. I know that, you know, sometimes you do have that like adjustment week, but amazing to hear that you've actually PR'd on your clean and jerk whilst you're away. This is, I guess, a natural part of life. Like there are highs and there are lows, and you will get through it. Just like take each day as it is. Like just each day, just make sure that, you know, just get through each day, and then we'll think about the next day when okay guys, so meal number 2, it is 3 p.m. pretty much the same as what I had for meal 1, but I've just changed the prawns to cod instead, and then I've just got some green salad, some asparagus, and some zucchini. So honestly, like I'm actually so excited for this meal. It looks freaking delicious. Like I'm feeling pretty somewhat full, not hungry. Okay, not that is an I'm exaggerating, I'm not feeling full, I'm not feeling too hungry. But this brings me on to my next tip, which is basically when you are eating, try to really be there whilst you are eating. So I have a really bad habit of essentially like, that is a massive like, wow, my legs look massive here. I have a bad habit of essentially eating in front of my laptop whilst working, trying to multitask, like trying to pretty much squeeze every minute into work and not actually even registering the fact that I'm eating. And so like within 1 minute my meal is gone because I don't really bite. I just shove food in my mouth, swallow it. And firstly, that's obviously not great for your digestion because digestion literally starts in your mouth as you chew your food. But it's also not great when, you know, you are dieting and you already don't feel very satisfied from your food. You don't have much food to eat. So when you are trying to multitask and you're not even present in the moment whilst eating, and you're not even registering the fact that you are eating, you're even less likely to feel full or satisfied, because before you know it, you've had your food and, you know, you're still working and you haven't even realized that you've had a proper meal. So what I've been really trying to do is to just get out of my room whilst I'm eating and to sit down, either watch YouTube or just like go on my phone or something, like just try to be more present in the moment and actually be like, okay, I'm going to eat this meal and I'm going to try to slow down a bit. Ideally, obviously, it's not nice to eat in front of a screen or anything, but when you're alone in a house, it's a bit awkward eating and not doing anything but just eating. Like, I don't know, I can't really imagine myself just sitting and eating and just staring at a wall or staring into empty space. So I do need something in front of me. I'm gonna go and enjoy this meal, and I'm probably just gonna open up some YouTube. I am trying to save most of the vlogs from like other competitors and from my friends for my cardio, because it does get me through those morning cardio sessions. So I'll just find something random on YouTube that may not be as entertaining to have whilst I do eat away. And yeah, I will catch you guys at my next meal. And yeah, this is just literally a typical day of me working from home. It's just pretty much work, eat my next meal, be hungry, stay hydrated, and then repeat. Hey guys, so it is now 5 p.m. and I'm having my third meal, which is pretty much just 80 grams of chicken and 100 grams of vegetables. So this brings me on to my next tip, which is opt for higher volume foods when you are dieting. So there are a lot of substitutes that you can make that will make you feel like you are eating a lot more, just because like per 100 grams of the specific food, there's a lot less calories. So with my protein sources, as you saw in my first two meals, I opted for white fish, so prawns and cod. Their fat content is actually slightly lower than chicken, so you can have a bit more volume. So for 100 grams of chicken, you can essentially substitute that with around 1 times 100 grams of chicken. You can times that by 1.6 to get the amount of like lean white fish. So just by doing that, you get a lot more volume. When I am feeling hungrier, I do tend to opt for white fish instead of chicken. But for this meal, because I'm actually not feeling too hungry today, oddly enough, I have just opted for chicken because I have meal prep chicken on Sunday, and it is Sunday, and it is Monday. So I do just want to make sure that I do have it whilst it's still somewhat fresh. So that is what I have opted for. But yeah, so that is my next tip. Just opt for high volume foods. For example, if you were going for rice, that is pretty low volume. So like around 30 grams of basmati white rice raw weight is equivalent to, I think it's like 130 grams of sweet potatoes or white potatoes. Don't quote me on that, but it's around about, I think it's like 120 or 130. I can't remember the exact amount, but I've done this calculation so many times for my clients, because for some of them who are on a diet, as they go deeper into the diet, we do look at making substitutes just for more volume. And as you can imagine, 30 grams of like basmati rice is very minimal, and for the amount of calories and stuff it offers and amount of volume, it's a lot less satisfying than having, say, like 130 grams of potatoes. Just because you are feeling like you're eating more, it's higher volume, so it makes you feel full in terms of like how much food is in your stomach. So yeah, that is my next tip. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and enjoy this lovely plate of food. So because it is like around 5 p.m. now, I'm probably just going to squish my last meal together, which I actually really do enjoy doing. Like, I love just squishing meals together to make myself feel fuller. And I guess that's another tip, like if you can squish your meals together, more food at once, makes it a lot more satisfying. Okay guys, so it is 7 p.m. now and I'm just about to make my next meal, my fourth meal, which brings me along to my next diet tip, I guess, which is keeping busy. So scheduling your day out so that you literally have like a whole to-do list and just like break it down by the hour, because then you're a lot less likely to be sitting there wiggling your thumbs being like, when is my next meal, when am I going to eat next, I'm so hungry, and it really minimizes your food focus. And that's essentially kind of what you want, right? When you are dieting, when you are hungry, you don't want to be thinking about your meals that you barely have any of and a minimal food, or your hunger. Like, you want to essentially preoccupy your mind by just having things to do, and it doesn't have to be work. It could just be like filling out your day and just making sure you are keeping busy, whether that's outside the house, like if you have the luxury to not be at home and to go out and, I don't know, sit at a cafe and read, or like do fun human things. Go and do that. Like, just plan out your days in advance so that, yeah, you don't have too much time to sit there being bored. Because a lot of times, like, yes, you are physically hungry, but I feel like you could probably relate when I say that sometimes we're just bored, and it's like peckishness and hunger from boredom, where we just kind of, we could eat, but we could kind of prolong it, but because we have nothing else to do, all we can think about is moving our mouths and eating. So that is my next tip, and that's pretty much what I've just been doing. I've just been editing my vlog. I've had kind of today all planned out so that I'm just either doing cardio, steps, doing like work, or vlogging, or editing my vlog. So there's always something that I'm doing just to pass the time so that I can have my next meal, and it's like, wow, before I know it, it's bedtime and it's a new day and I get a new meal again. I also made a quick order on Misguided. I wanted some like nice sweatpants because the grey ones that I live in need refreshing, and I really wanted black sweatpants, and they have this like Playboy Misguided collab, and they had some really cute like black joggers which I will try on, and hopefully they fit me. I'll let you guys have a look and just let me know what you guys think. I think it's a bit much, but at the same time they're kind of cute. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below, but I'm probably gonna keep them if they fit me. So this is what they look like. I feel like I'm gonna get like a 50-50, like some people, I feel like it's like a love or hate. Like, I feel like it's a bit much. There's too many bunnies going on. But I don't know, it could be cute, it could be cute. We'll see, we'll see. Okay, so excuse my messy ground, but I kind of like these. I feel like, you know, you could wear like a cute crop top. I just have a bra underneath. But you could wear like a cute crop top and like dress it up if you wanted to, or you could just have it as like, you know, like comfort clothes at home. I think I'm gonna keep these. I hope you guys don't hate them. Even if you do, I'm still gonna keep them.
Stay with me now till the morning light.
Hey guys, so back with meal 4, and it's pretty much just what you saw. So 130 grams of chicken breast with 120 grams of mixed veg. So again, just my asparagus, zucchini and salad. And I've also just added 5 grams of peanut butter to this meal, because chicken and peanut butter, it just reminds me of like sauteed chicken, and that's as close as we're going to get to like peanut sauteed chicken on prep. But yeah, that is my next meal, and I am freaking excited for some peanut butter and chicken. This is what I had on show day actually. Actually no, I had dark chocolate and peanut butter, and so many people were like, what are you doing? Like, that is weird. Don't knock it until you try it. Melt dark chocolate on peanut butter and basmati rice and tell me it doesn't taste good. Honestly, chicken always tastes so much better on prep. Don't know what it is. Chicken becomes like luxury in prep. Anyways, I'm gonna finish this up, gonna watch some YouTube, and I will catch you guys in my final meal, which is finally some carbs to hopefully keep me asleep and feeling full at least until tomorrow morning. The likelihood of that, probably no chance. 1% chance. I'll probably still wake up at like 3-4 a.m. hungry, but a girl can dream. So, final meal of my full day of eating on a rest day at 5 weeks out is my favorite meal and my first carb meal of day at now 8 p.m. so it's pretty much 25 grams of oats with 15 grams of cream of rice mixed together, and then pretty much my peanut butter and dark chocolate that I have saved all day. I'm so excited for this. And then I also have 50 grams of egg whites here. It doesn't look the most appetizing. I usually make like heaps of egg white pancakes. If you follow my Instagram, you will know that's on my training day. I think I have like 380 grams of egg whites in total, but on my rest days we're stuck with 50 grams, so it's a bit harder to make it into a nice fluffy pancake, but this still tastes delicious, trust me. As undelicious as not undelicious, that's not a word, Ching, as unappetizing as it looks. Disappetizing, honestly. I've given up. My excuse is I have literally had no carbs today, so my brain not functioning. But this brings me on to my final tip when you are dieting, is to have a meal just before bed that you really enjoy, that really satisfies you, and that you know that if you end on that meal, you're going to be done with your eating for the day and you won't feel the temptations to have anything else. Because the reason why people can't stick to diets is because they don't feel satisfied at the end of the day, and it's usually before bed where people tend to, grab a snack here that may not be on their plan or feel peckish. Better, now you can actually hear me without the sirens. Should have done that earlier. Who would have known closing the window would help? But yeah, last tip is essentially have a meal that really satisfies you just before bed. And for me, it's always something sweet, and once I have that, I am happy to just like not eat anymore. Even if I'm hungry, even if I'm peckish, I am satisfied. And that's kind of why I usually leave like my carb meals towards the end of the day, just before bed, and my fats, because fats are fun to have, like dark chocolate and PB. They're kind of like fun foods, whilst it's smart to say like have carbs at the start of the day where you will be needing that fuel. For me, I can function fine with no carbs until now. Clearly I'm still alive today, so we're doing well. So I'd much rather just have my minimal carbs just before bed, just so that I am going to bed satisfied, feeling full, and I don't have any temptations to go off my diet. Because again, as I said, that is the main reason why people struggle with diets and fail on diets, is because they can't keep to it, because they don't feel satisfied with the foods they're eating, especially just before bed at night when you do kind of want to have, something naughty. So that is the final tip. I hope you guys enjoyed this full day of eating with me. As you probably have realized, my meal plan is pretty much just a cycle of green veggies, chicken, and white fish now. I really do actually enjoy my meal plan. I just wish there was more food in it, like more of the same foods. I wouldn't mind that. Thank you guys for coming along again. We are 5 weeks out. We're nearly there. Honestly, I am in such a I cannot speak. I'm in a much better mood now, just having had a little pep talk to myself, going through some quotes, and just kind of reminding myself that it is the tough days that make a champion. Like, if it was easy every day, then everyone would do this, right? But it's not meant to be easy, so take that away as well if that helps you. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming along, and make sure to give this video a like and subscribe, because it really does help me. I will see you guys in the next vlog, which will probably be the beach shoot. See you guys then. Bye.